Japanese tales. Two tales this time. The Rooted Corpse. The elder of two sisters was married and lived in the mistress's apartment toward the back of her late father's mansion. The younger had served for a time in a noble household, but now lived at home. She had no husband or accepted lover, only occasional casual visitors, whom she in her room at the front of the house by the double doors in the west wing. The house was near the crossing of Takasuji and Marimocho streets in Kyoto. At the age of 27, the younger sister fell ill and died. Her body was left in her room, since there seemed to be nowhere else for her in the house, till her older sister and the rest of the household took her off to the burning grounds at Terabino. They were about to unload the coffin from the carriage in preparation for the usual funeral rites, when they noticed that it was oddly light and that the lid was ajar. Why, the body was gone. This was a shocking discovery. The body could not have possibly fallen out on the way, but they retraced their steps to make sure. Of course, they found nothing, but on reaching the house, they thought they might as well check the room by the double doors. And there she was, lying there as though she had never been moved. The night wore on while the mourners discussed anxiously what to do. At dawn, they put the body back in the coffin, carefully sealed the lid, then waited for night and another chance to proceed with the cremation. But at nightfall, they again found the coffin open, and were really terrified this time. The body was laying as before by the double doors, and had defeated every attempt to get it back where it belonged. They simply could not budge it. They might as well have tried to move a rooted tree. There she was, and apparently that was where she meant to stay. "That's what you want, is it?" one level-head mourner finally said to the corpse. "You like it here? All right, this is where we'll leave you. But we are going to have to get you out of sight, you know." They took up the floor, and she as light as a feather when they lowered her through the hole. So they buried her under the floor and built a good-sized mound over her. Then the family and servants all moved away, since no one wanted to stay on in the house with a corpse. Over the years, the house fell to ruin and eventually disappeared. For some reason, not even the common people seemed to be able to live near the mound. People claimed that awful things happened there. As a result, the mound stood all alone, without a single hut for 40 or 50 feet around it. In time, a shrine was built on top of it, for one reason or another, and they say the shrine is still there. An old ghost. Demon Hall is in the capital, north of 3rd Avenue and east of the East Toyn Palace. The place is haunted. Long ago, before the capital ever grew up, there was a great pine tree at the site. An armed rider passing by got caught in a violent thunderstorm, so he dismounted and led his horse under the tree to seek shelter from the downpour. A lightning bolt split him and his mount in two and killed him. That rider's the ghost. Later on, the capital came, and people built houses all over the area. But the ghost refused to leave. They say it's still around, and that that's why awful things have been happening there. It certainly is a very old ghost.